What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Dominic. I cannot pronounce this guy's last name, so I just expect it to be what it is. It is the Hungarian left mid from Leipzig. He's coming in at about 615 on the Xbox and 660 on the PlayStation. He looks absolutely cracked. We're going to jump in, have a look at his in-games, have a look at a bit of gameplay, and then we'll go into the overall with my decision of how good he is. He looks fantastic, though, straight off the bat. Beautiful, beautiful card. Great upgrade from a 75 to an 88. Let's get into the review. We are looking at Dominic. He is a 4-star, 6'1", right-footed, medium-low work rates, attacking to defensive, and his stats are absolutely beautiful. He did come from, I believe it is Salzburg, so I'm pretty sure, yeah, Salzburg is in the Austrian league. He then has now moved to the Bundesliga for Leipzig. Obviously the badges are very, very similar, so sometimes you can get a bit confused with them, but obviously he has now made it to the Bundesliga 1. Incredible stuff. Obviously making his transition. What better way to kick off with a 20-year-old with an 88 rated card, and honestly it's a cracking one at that. The one thing I do find is left mid is not for him. I just think he's such a waste at left mid, being such a tall player in the midfield. I'd push him centre. Personally, straight off the bat, I'd even go as far to say maybe even a CM, but it'd be more attacking than anything. You could whack a shadow on him. What would you get? You'd only get 55 defending, probably more of a cam than if anything. I don't know if 55 defending is going to actually cut it, to be fair. Just looking at his stats, just having a kind of little browse. But I think cam definitely suits him. Obviously, people are looking at the finisher chem star because he's already got 93 pace. You don't really need any of that. So you'd end up with 97 shooting and 97 dribbling. Unbelievable. Already looking at a few of the stats, some of the lower stats, head and accuracy, being 6'1", I expected him to be able to head quite efficiently. Not as much. Obviously, that's really it. Aggression's low, but again, you've got some strength. You don't necessarily need it. Defending's low. I just won't defend with him. Everything else is absolutely perfect. He is really, really nice. As you can see from the stats, he's just got a very well-balanced and highly rated in-game stats. I really can't complain about this card, so we're just going to go straight into the gameplay and see what he can do. So with Dominic, obviously he's a fantastic player. Going down that left mid, we tried him left mid to start with just to kind of see, you never know what they're all about. And crossing, I just feel such a waste with him. He's such a tall player. I want him kind of going forward. I want him making the moves. And as you can see, a lovely chip there. Unfortunately, he was offside by an inch, but it's a cracking chip over the keeper. And we see constantly moving down here. We then eventually moved him into a 4-2-3-1 into the left cam roll just to see if that was better. And it worked. How we didn't get onto the end of that, I do not know. But he just managed to just always win the ball. We see him constantly getting the ball in behind and obviously being a unit, very, very nice at turning in. And this is what I don't get. Just a little niggle, but he just manages to get that penalty. And again, it's just hard work, constantly being able to be on the last foot of the defender. We see a couple of step overs, stop and turn, get inside, and it's a lovely control into a spin. And obviously it's a cracking save. You can't really argue with the save there, but lovely footwork from him, and just overall just absolutely destroys people down this side. You look at, I don't even know who that was who I was going against, but we see him just constantly. And again, I wanted to go far post, but I think I didn't put enough power on it. And then we go into the final one. We go into this penalty. He did miss a penalty prior to this, so I was giving it him again, and he was going to score it. There was no two ways about him not scoring that. So we have got Dominic here, obviously phenomenal. I'm highly rated him. I think for me, the only things that really matter to this card is A, his links are horrible to try and link. Obviously, being Hungarian, not a huge amount, unless you've got some real coins in the back of your pocket there to get a Puskas. You're not really going to be able to link him to many people in terms of out of league. I know if we do go in there realistically is obviously the goalkeeper for his team, which is pretty funny. Orban, again, at his team, and they seem to be collecting Hungarians. And then obviously we've got a guy at the Saudi league who is not going to go in the team. So in terms of nation links, very difficult. If you by any chance have a Bundesliga team, then fantastic. There's literally no issues whatsoever. Obviously, you can link him next to Team of the Year Alfonso and Kimmich, and then Lauan up front if you have the coins, and he'll definitely fit in there as the best left mid you can get for the Bundesliga. And I had a look. If we do look as well, Douglas Costa was probably the second best away. Obviously, he's a little bit smaller, so I would consider him more as a left mid, left wing than this guy, who I think is definitely a central attacking midfielder. Definitely. Gnabry obviously has his freeze card, which is way better. Diaby, just fast. That's really it with him. And then Coman, again, quite fast, a little bit taller, but not necessarily got the shooting and dribbling stats that Dominic does possess. So he is pretty much the best left mid in terms of his position on his card. Obviously very expensive. We have seen him since FIFA 19. So he's managed to get a couple of years under his belt at, what did I say the other team was called? At Salzburg. That's where Haaland came from. I was thinking, yeah, I just wondered why I knew that name. But he managed to get a few games under his belt, or years in fact, before making the move to Leipzig. So it's nice to see him manage to get a special card and a new face. That's just what it is, and it's nice to see that we get kind of glimpse into potential future cards that are going to be high rated, and it's one thing I really like about Future Star, using players that literally you would never have a dream of using in any sort of competitive mode because they're just not good enough. Obviously his 75 cam, it's not bad for like the Bundesliga marquee managerial masterpiece, but in terms of actually playing him, it's not really going to happen in Foot Champs, whereas this card definitely can get into teams. His stats are just absolutely unreal. We whack a finisher on him, and the stats on him is just phenomenal. I can see exactly why he's about 600k on both consoles, and honestly, he's worth every penny. Absolutely every penny. But that is really it for today. I think Leipzig is now actually, before we do leave, Leipzig have got a really nice special team now. We've got obviously Dominic, Sabitzer if you did that SBC, to the fact that these are very similar in price. Obviously Gulag has got himself an inform. You've got Forsberg, which I think that was an SBC. Sabitzer's season objective, Klosterman's road to the final, Lehmer's freeze, Upamecano's headliner, Mukiele's rule breaker, inform. They've got a solid team coming on here. They've really got a nice special team. It would be nice to be able to have had all of these. I think I'm personally not going to do Sabitzer on my main account because there's just absolutely no point trying to waste that much fodder for this card. I'd rather put it towards all the new cards that are going to be a hell of a lot better and hopefully better priced. But hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. Let me know down below if you've packed any of the upgrades that you've been doing over the past day, as this video is going out the day after upgrades came out. So I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.